All right, we are live. Welcome in Mostly Hoops Friday edition. We're going to have a full house today. Dana's coming from Wake Up Barstool. We got Titus. Rick is sitting by Cody today because we have a special guest.
What's up, guys? Hey.
There we go.
There we go.
I'm in
Good
the
job, Cody.
in the chair. I'm in the crown. I'm gonna
Close the door.
Do
Yeah.
that. Smart.
Shut the door.
boys, it's March. We have day basketball today.
Big day.
Yeah.
Big day.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Ramping up. We had a buzzer beater last night.
And it was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. We're brought to you.
We also had go you
Do the thing.
do the
Get
ads.
into
Do
it.
the ads.
Do the-
That Michigan State Rutgers game was nuts.
It was.
The ending was insane.
Brought to you by DraftKings today. DraftKings Sportsbook puts you right in the middle of basketball's biggest star-driven moments. The moments when the ball finds a superstar and the game turns in a heartbeat. Stars heat up, stars take over, and with DraftKings, you're ready to move when they do. Bet player props, bet live from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every takeover matters, and DraftKings Sportsbook keeps you connected as the action unfolds. And when the game turns fast, DraftKings has your back with early exit. If your player gets injured at any time in the first half, your bet stays live, and once it settles, you still get paid in cash. That's built-in protection for star-driven bets backed by DraftKings. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MostlyHoops so you're ready for the moment. That is code MostlyHoops. Turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown's yours. Big Cat, I think you have to disclose what futures you have. So,
Yeah.
so the chat knows what's going on.
I treated these out because I do love when people ride with me on the futures. So I treated this out a month ago. I have 3. One is just is just a shot in the dark on the Badgers at 150 to 1. I know, Dana, you don't think that they shouldn't even be the tournament according to you.
Don't even do that.
So I have the Badgers at 150 to 1 to win $1 million because I was like, I gotta if they could just get hot. You know what I mean? Like they're basically the Wisconsin Badgers this year are every time I go, I used to play beer pong. I'd be like, what if I just don't miss any shots? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would miss the second shot and I'd be like, and I would get drunk in like 30 minutes and be like, oh, I suck at this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's what the Badgers. Yeah,
That's
I'm going in the
Wisconsin
tournament being
basketball.
like, what if we just never miss a 3, and then we'll probably lose in the second round by like 20. I have UConn 15 to 1, and I wrote down my title contenders, which we can go through. I have UConn 15 to 1. I have Florida at 19 to 1.
Wow.
Whoa.
UConn is to win $300,000. Florida is to win $500,000.
Wow.
So
I'm with you on Florida.
I took Florida about a month ago when it was I was just like, hey, if this team is really good, Todd Golden, remember last year they started peaking right at the right time of the season. If they can start hitting their threes, which they have, they are going to be a tough team. We'll talk about the title because I have pros and cons of each of the title contenders, and obviously those two I consider title contenders.
Florida's 8 to 1 right now.
Yeah,
So you had him 19 and
19 to
8
1. Yeah.
Good value.
I got him at 15. I'm with you, Big Cat.
Okay,
Let's
nice.
go.
And I have no future.
You do have
Liar.
Did you cash out?
I have no future.
No,
You have a beautiful family, a daughter. You have a future.
No, I have. I made Tate leave the room when I disclosed that I have a future on Michigan, and I told Dana because I was asking Dana how do I deal with this emotionally, and then Dana, I was like, please don't tell Tate, by the way, it'll crush him. And then the second Tate walked back in the door, Dana's like, Titus has a future on Michigan.
Oh,
I have no spine. I have no spine. We just came from Wub. I just want to say, I love Chris Holtman.
oh,
Oh
okay.
yeah,
I love him.
you had hold on.
He's the fucking man.
Yeah.
The man.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yes. All right, that's it.
Okay.
And like they're almost 500 in Big East play.
I know.
Yeah, he actually has done like an
He's done a
incredible
good
job. I know.
job. Like he's gotten to a point where I said this about DePaul for years. You just want DePaul to be good enough where you can, if you're a DePaul fan, you can go to the game and say maybe.
Right.
You could say like maybe we will win tonight, probably not, but like we actually have a chance. And I think they're there.
Yeah, definitely.
good for him.
They're going in the right direction. It is fun. It was making me laugh more that it was like DePaul has a chance to finish 4th in the Big East, and you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
And you remember the Big East stinks.
I think he's
outside of St. John's.
I think Holt's a finalist for National Coach of the Year.
He is. There's, by the way, 20 finalists? That's not a finalist. That's not what a finalist is.
I saw like a graphic put together like he's a finalist.
Yeah.
And DePaul is not good.
No.
They're not good at all.
No,
But like
they're like 100 on Ken Palm. Again, they're good for DePaul standards.
exactly. They've been
but-
so dog shit that they're just like, oh my god, what a miracle worker. Anyway, Tate, what do you want to? What you run the show?
Yeah, I think
You run point on this.
so. Viewers, today we're not going to go Wednesday to today. We're going to have Big Cat talk about just the overarching point of the season.
Yes.
So I guess to start, Big Cat, a lot of times we talk tiers on here.
Yeah.
Who's your top tier? We argue what the top tier looks like. Is it 3 teams? Is it 6 teams? How many teams do you think are in that top tier?
I have 5 teams that I think can win it all. 5.
Wow.
That's it. That's it.
I think I can guess the 5, but
Yeah, you already heard 2 of them.
Yeah.
And then it's Duke, Michigan, and in Arizona. Actually, no, sorry, I have 6. I forgot I have 6.
So you have the 5 teams that are going to win their. I mean, St. John's technically is going to win a share of the regular season Big East, but the 5 teams that are going to win the power conferences,
And then the
regular
6th.
season. And then the 6th,
Yes.
who is a mystery team.
Mystery team, which I can reveal. But this was my big takeaway from last week when we had all the top teams in each conference play the second best team in their conference, and they absolutely obliterated them.
Yep.
And I think this is going to be an incredible tournament because there is an elite 5 teams. And yes, you can, if we want to dip into the Houston, which we can talk about, and the Iowa State, there's some more teams out there. But that middle is like soft now. And it's fun watching the like bracket matrix, which I know you guys are on all the time. But the difference between like getting a 6 and a 7 this year is massive.
Yeah.
Because of the 2-3 fall off.
Right.
Like I think that like the top 6 seeds are going to be very, very hard to beat.
Yeah.
And it's just fun watching like how it's all going to shake out because it's just like the 1 seeds and the top of the 2 seeds are going to be really, really good.
Who is this mystery team? I'm in shock here.
My mystery team is very similar to the Wisconsin Badgers in like what if we just don't miss? It's the Illini. They are so good offensively.
Yeah.
What if they just don't miss?
What if
for 6 straight
they
games?
have a superstar that can just take over the game.
Right.
Yeah.
They play 5 out. They're mismatched for teams. I'm a little more concerned after watching them play Michigan last Friday because I thought that was the perfect spot for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be my mystery team of like if they just become flamethrowers for 6 games straight, they have it in them.
Yeah. Well, so going back to Illinois-Michigan game, this is something that I don't know if I talked about it on here. I mentioned it on Wake Up Barstool yesterday that I thought I should make this point on this show. This is what this show is for. This season to me has emerged because you made a good point about the top team playing the second team and there's like a separation. Last week was a week of separation. I think in the last couple weeks it's crystallized to me that this is a year of defense, that this is a year when you see matchups of great offense versus great defense wins just about every time.
Yep.
And that stands out to me because basketball is often described as great offense will beat great defense. At a certain point, there's just nothing you can do when a guy is hitting step-back threes on you and, when the ball is moving. No matter how good the defense is, you're kind of fucked if you run up against a good offense. I feel like this year that's not been the case. I feel like you get these matchups of Michigan's elite defense versus Illinois' elite offense. Michigan's defense wins. Arkansas's elite offense versus Florida's elite defense. Florida just completely shuts them down. Purdue, every time Purdue plays anyone that's good defensively, their offense sputters. So that's kind of stood out to me is like there is the idea. I agree with you. In March, like wacky shit happens and teams can get hot. But I'm wondering like if that is because I think the top like of all the top 5 teams you're saying like every single one of them is elite defensively.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
And not all of them are. Yeah.
Yeah, your top teams are all still good on offense, but your top 4 KenPom defense teams, Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Florida.
Yeah. And 5 is what? Houston, which is very funny because Houston used to always just be an automatic lock for number 1 and this year like when if what you're saying is true, which I kind of agree with, that defense it might be the year that like you're going to see in the 60s in the finals in the final 4 Houston's like, "Hey, we missed our like that was perfect. That was set up for us."
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And we have just it's not that Houston is bad. Houston is just a little bit worse than what their standard is.
Yeah.
Like I was just looking at Houston before this and because I was like, can I sell myself on Houston because I love Flemings and I think they have some things that I love about them and they have some guys back from the Final Four. But Houston, to me, the biggest problem is they used to be similar to their defense. You just like chalk them in. They're going to be the first or second best defense. They also were going to always be like top 5 in offensive rebounding. This year they're like 20th, and that is the difference in these tight games. They don't get those second, you know what I mean? Like you're taking away like 4 or 5 possessions from them, and they're not a great shooting team. They're not like taking they're not Alabama where they're dunking or hitting threes.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm just a little bit off on Houston.
They also don't have really any post presence like they've had in years past.
Well, that's that would be the other thing with defense, which they go hand in hand. But if you look at the top teams, Arizona, Michigan, Florida, especially those three, but you throw in Duke and UConn, like their front court's nasty.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be a battle of like the big guys and the depth of the big guys, which I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, I think that is going to be the theme of the tournament. And you might be saying to yourself, well, isn't every team that wins a national championship great defensively? Yes, but, like 18 Villanova was – you weren't watching them saying, like, they're shutting everybody down. You're watching them like, holy shit, they're unguardable.
Mm-hmm.
Even Baylor played great defense by the end of the year, but, like, throughout that season, what made 2021 Baylor elite was offense.
Yeah.
Like, they were just really good at scoring. So I don't think we're gonna. I think the champion this year is going to be a team where that's the talking point is like, holy shit, the defense that they played throughout the tournament was elite, and it's not gonna be like they hit everything or like the one guy went off and like a Walter Clayton last year.
Yep.
I don't necessarily think it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
So I have my 6 teams. I have also like why I think they can't win it. If you guys want to maybe like if I can rip them off and you guys can push back and tell me where
go
I'm
ahead.
wrong.
Sure.
All right. So Duke is. I mean, I'm not going to do the bit, but it is true. They're the best team ever. The only team that's ever been over plus 40 on Ken Palm was the 1999 Duke team, which was the best team ever. Now, did they win it all? No. That's crazy. Last year they were 39.5 plus 39.5 on Ken Palm. Did they win it all? No, that's crazy. But they are the best team ever. The only reason I would be worried about Duke if you were a Duke fan is it's just so reliant on Cam Boozer.
Yeah.
30% of their possessions end with Cam Boozer touching the ball. So that's like shot made, shot missed, turnover, whatever it may be. The only other team that has a guy who's in that range, who's considered maybe a contender, is Darren Peterson in Kansas. No other of those top teams that we're listing right now are in that range. So it's like, if he has a bad game, what are you going to do?
Right. But we kind of talked about this last week. They've been pretty good when he in his non-minutes.
Yeah. Well, but this is also the ACC sucks.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that Michigan game, weirdly enough, I was like, I think Michigan, like they shot so poorly from 3. They're better than Duke.
Yeah.
So that would be my Duke thing, and also John Shire. You got to ask like how much time is he game planning? How much time is he looking for the puncher from the UNC game?
Right.
So like there is definitely he's spinning a lot of plates, So it's happening.
I'm so glad he said
Consider
that.
that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he did that because we talk about it. You and I talk about it all the time. That K was so easy to hate, but Shire, it's like
he's doing.
Kind of have to force yourself, but him doing that was perfect. Yeah.
And I said to his face because I think I told this story on the Yak, and I apologize. I know overexposure. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm only doing one episode, although I will come back if you guys will have me. When I was out to dinner at the Combine with my friend Sylvie, who hosts ESPN Radio here, and he's good friends with John Shire, and he FaceTimed John Shire, passed me the phone, thought I would be like, "Hey, coach, like good to meet you." I was just like, "Hey, coach, I will not sleep until we find this guy." I was like, people are calling you Jussie Smollett, not me, but people are, and I will find this guy. And John Shire did not like that. So that would be Duke. Michigan. Mm-hmm. I think we got to for a second there because it happened last night. The fact that they finished undefeated on the road in the Big Ten is insane.
It's pretty crazy, yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That game, that was a tight game. Iowa had them for a second. Roddy Gale was incredible defensively down late, but Michigan is really, really good. I think the one thing I'd be worried about if you were a Michigan fan is they do turn the ball over a lot, and if you can get them in those tight, like low possession games. Like Iowa was in that game. It was tied with, what I mean? They slowed it down. It was a 10-point game with 6 minutes left. Then next thing you know, it's a tie game with the 45 seconds left.
I'm a firm believer in you need elite guards to win a national championship, and that's where I keep going back to with Michigan.
Yeah,
like how Cadeau sometimes looks elite, but then like last night he did not. He looked awful.
Yep.
And against Duke, all the guards looked awful.
And you've lost depth.
And you've now lost depth there.
Yep.
Michigan, I think the thing that made you excited about Michigan all year was they did have – I'm also a believer in the contingency plan that, like, you need – the teams that you need to believe in March are the ones that have the plan A, but they also – if the game changes, they have a plan B. If the game changes from there, they have the plan C. They can beat you in a bunch of different ways. I felt like that was Michigan all year, and now it's starting to, like – I'm starting to lose a little faith in that idea. Just like Michigan has to almost win defensively. Their offense isn't as dynamic as it was. LJ Kaysen, like, he's not the most important guy in the world, but he is a guy that added a wrinkle. He was a guy that comes off the bench and give you something to think about defensively when you're guarding him. And so I think Michigan's instead of having this wide array of ways they can beat you, it is sort of closing in, but they're still so fucking good.
I've said since the beginning,
have so many weapons.
Elliot Cadeau's the key. If Elliot Cadeau plays well, he doesn't turn it over, and he shoots well, this team's winning the national championship for sure.
Yeah.
They lose to Duke, he goes 1 of 11.
Yeah.
They also like a guy like Namari Burnett, who you just completely forget about, is going to have a game in the tournament where he hits 6 threes.
Yep.
And you get to a point where you're like, all right, we can let's just focus on Linda Bora. Let's box out Johnson. Let's make sure Mara doesn't get rim runs. And then Namari Burnett will just go nuts, and you're like, fuck, forgot about that guy. Forgot he could do that.
I also think this tournament sets up, like I said, the softness. Like, if you look right now at the 5, 6, 7 seed lines, those teams are limping to the end, right? Like Kentucky's limping to the end.
Yes.
BYU falling off a cliff. Like, go down the list. Villanova is limping to the end. Kansas, Wisconsin. I mean, Nolan Winter getting hurt yet again. Chucky Hepburn a couple years ago. Johnny Davis a couple years. We don't make excuses, but we just roll ankles with a week left in the season. But there's a lot of teams in that zone. So some of these top teams, they might only be tested once before the Final Four.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They might only be in one dog fight before the Final Four, because I think they're that good. I also will say in pro Michigan, I fucking hate Mara. I hate his face. And you need a guy like that to win a title.
Pro Michigan.
Yeah, no,
I
it is.
Hate
I do. I hate him. He had a bank shot last night. I was like, this actually should be reviewed, and you have to have called banked.
Yeah.
It was so fucking bullshit.
Big Cat, do you cheer against Michigan? Because
I don't cheer I'm not anti Michigan. I don't want them to win. But I'm not I don't hate them to the level you guys do, obviously. I think it's partially because I love Jim Harbaugh so much, so that softened it for a few years. But yeah, I don't. It's kind of I don't really think about Michigan much until it gets to the point where it's fuck.
What about when Juwan Howard struck a man in the handshake line?
Well, I mean, that was just classes. That's Michigan.
Yeah.
That's Michigan. Michigan men have shown they will try to face smush you. They will try to cut their own neck with a butter knife. They'll do all these kinds of things.
whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that you don't like? Is there teams you're rooting against here in this tournament then?
Well, I mean, in the Big Ten, I don't like. I get annoyed with Iowa, Purdue. I hate Purdue. I hate the Minnesota's a rival, and we always play tough with them. But yeah, no, there's not. I mean, Duke is a lot of my energy.
Right.
Purdue just gets smashed on this show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just what it is. But yeah, Duke is the majority of my college football is different, but for college basketball, I would say 95% of my energy in the hate department is spent on Duke.
Okay.
So I don't really have a lot of time for everyone else.
Best team ever.
I'm just being blatant, and Duke fans would be like, "Oh, rent free." But yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
correct.
Yes.
I've said it many times. 2015 took a part of my soul that I'll never get back, and I will just the only thing I can do to cope is be a bitter hater for the rest of my life. That's just. I mean, I'm being totally honest.
You're being transparent. Yeah.
You go find in the end zone in Lucas Oil Stadium, probably 30 rows up. There's just 2% of me is just there.
I said this
forever.
the other day, Tate. I hate when people try to hide their biases.
Correct.
I hate when people.
I'm open about it.
Yeah, or
they're like, "Oh, you're sad about 2015."
Yeah.
Goddamn right, I am.
Everybody should be that way in media.
All I wanted was one.
Yeah.
And one, I would have been fine. And Wisconsin's never going to be back there.
Yeah.
So yes, it will haunt me forever. And again, the only thing I can do is just be an unabashed Duke hater for life.
Yeah.
A team that's been there since the beginning this year, and at a time we thought they were one of the best teams ever as well. Arizona, what do you have?
Yeah, Arizona. So Arizona, they're so good, dominant inside. I think the only thing I would be nervous about, there's two things. I love their freshmen. I think they're tested. The Big 12 was probably the best conference. Obviously towards the end, everyone just started tearing their ACL, which sucked. I think the fact they don't take a lot of threes makes me a little nervous, just because if you get down late in the game and it's hey, we got to hit the 3 button, they don't have that because they just haven't done it.
Well, that's something
they don't take a lot.
We've debated that on this show, though. Would you rather be Arizona that doesn't take a lot, or would you rather be a team going in the tournament that takes a shit ton and has to rely on having 6 straight good shooting nights.
Well, I'd like to be balanced if I could pick.
If
So
you
I
look
think
at-
the balance, they're kind of on the either end of the spectrum. I would rather be Arizona than a team that has to rely only on threes. But I'm just saying, like, if they get in a spot where it's like, hey, we're down 7 with like a minute and a half left.
Yeah.
Like, who's taking some threes?
Right.
And then the other con is this is a stupid reason, but I mean, Tommy Lloyd is in the Mark Few tree and they don't win.
Yeah.
Like, Tommy Lloyd's not going to win.
Tommy Lloyd is sneaky. I think this is a big year for the Tommy Lloyd narratives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to keep
in
it
March
going
because
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
He's
I'm
been
just
to two Sweet 16. They lost to Princeton.
Yep.
This is what
I think
year
it's like 6-4 in the tournament or something.
What year is this? Year
I think it might be more
6?
than that. Yeah.
3 Sweet 16s and
3
4
Sweet 16s.
seasons.
Yeah, so there's
4.
6-4 in the tournament.
So this is year 5. So
Yeah.
he's done 4 tournaments
Mhm.
and he 3 Sweet 16s, but he lost to Princeton, which does a lot of pulling down the perception of him in March.
right.
And Sweet 16 won't cut it this year.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like the teams he's taken to the Sweet 16. Yes, Sweet 16 is hard, but not for the teams he's had. So
All three
he's
of
gotta-
these, all 4 are all 3 of these teams that I've mentioned so far, Duke, Michigan, and Arizona. I would say anything less than a Final Four is a failure.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Big Cat, I see where you're coming from with the 3-point shooting. However, 3 of their best wins this year, they've made two threes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
I guess you're right with like if they're down by 7 with a minute
It's
and a half,
more,
but-
it's more like situational.
Right.
Because like I said, you're going to be in all these teams. Like we were joking about it. The UConn of 3 years ago, whatever it was, when they beat everyone by like double digits. That's not good. That I think there's so much talent at the top. Like Florida last year, we forget that Florida was dead multiple times last year.
Yeah.
They were in a dogfight against UConn. They were in a dogfight against Texas Tech. They were obviously in the Houston game in the finals. Like, you're going to be tested in these moments. And so what happens in those moments?
I think they got some guys.
Yeah, they do. They're really good.
Arizona's defense is insane, and I think I don't know if we've pointed it out, but I think when we talk about like Michigan's defense, Arizona's is right up there. And what I love, Michigan's is so front court oriented. It's like once you beat the guard, like now you have to face like a wall of fucking giants that are gonna like Arizona has the rim protector. But the point I want to make, Burries and Jaden Bradley on the perimeter guard, they give me like Stephon Castle, Tristan Newton vibes. Where like you have 2 guys that can just fucking shut down.
Yeah.
And as a guy who believes that guard play leads to national championships, it's ultimately going to matter. Having guys on the perimeter that can just like shut down guards on the other team is very valuable. So I believe in Arizona, even though it's a trap every year, seemingly, that Arizona has a good team.
And remember, these are all teams that like we're nitpicking. Like these are teams that all I think can win. Like if they win the national title, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
So it's like saying they don't take a lot of threes. That's a very nitpicky thing. Like they might not be in that situation. I'll go quickly. Florida. I mean, I love Florida. I have the future on them. I timed it correctly because I thought they were going to start hitting threes. You've seen Xavier Lee start to like get, feel more comfortable in the SEC. They've gone from November, they were hitting 27% of their threes. February, they hit 36. If they hit 36% of their threes, I think they can win it all.
Yeah.
The question with Florida is just how soft the SEC is.
Yeah.
That's just really it. Like, does the SEC, are they beating up on the SEC because the SEC has no front court that can match with them? And when they do play a Michigan, an Arizona, a Duke, a UConn, like, will it look different? Which they did play.
They did play, yeah.
They played them very tight.
Yeah.
And so you can make the argument that was early in the season. And then UConn, I'm just going basically, it's like, it's a little bit of Hurley magic. It's a little bit of, they're just like Hurley's going to be able to scheme. It's almost like in football where it's like, hey, we're going to be able to scheme guys open. Like Hurley is a guy that if you need, if it's a tight game and it's like timeout, we need a play that's going to score and get us an easy bucket. I trust him more than anyone in the country. It's just the only thing with UConn is like their offense. I don't know who they don't have like a flamethrower.
Right.
You know what I mean? They have a really balanced team. But do they have a guy who's like, I'm like last year, Clayton Jr.
Yeah.
Like they don't have that guy. So that's the thing that would.
They don't have 6-game flamethrower.
Right.
They have guys that can do it one night or two
Correct.
nights in a row. But yeah, you're not gonna. They don't have anybody you can ride all the way. If UConn wins it all, this is not gonna look like the other 2 titles.
No.
It's gonna be.
They're gonna grind it out.
A lot of grind it out.
Correct.
A lot of disgusting games.
Correct.
A lot of like they win in the second round on like the last second shot the other team takes misses. and then all of us are like, I mean, UConn advanced, but like, whew, they do
That
not
was
they
tight.
do not look good.
Yeah.
And then they do it again in the 316, and then they
Yeah.
do it again. And you're like, I don't know, maybe they are just the team of destiny.
But I think you got to throw them in just because of like they will have a coaching advantage against anyone they play, and that does matter, especially in these tight games. So they have to be in there. And then Illinois we talked about. So those are my 6.
Do you have any belief whatsoever? Because I think the casuals out there get excited about the idea of a Cinderella, but not even a Cinderella, more of like a 4 seed, a 5 seed.
Okay,
a
I have
team
one
that's like not an elite team, but like a team that can come out of nowhere, quote unquote.
I have one.
Yeah.
St. John's.
Oh.
That would be my only one.
Whoa.
I like that.
Yeah.
With what reason?
I think they are like I still believe college basketball. Like I do believe in the teams that were ranked really high in the beginning of the season, and like St. John's took a little bit of time, and we saw it. Like Rick Pitino said, like this team can't play early in the season. They sucked, or didn't suck, but they were disappointing, and they've come into their own. I don't really count that UConn loss. Like I think that was just such a classic. Like 2 good teams, they're going to trade home and home. So yeah, I'm not going to put money on St. John's, but if I had to pick a 4 or 5, I think that would be the team.
Yeah.
I just placed a bet on them.
Okay, there you go.
Plus 7,000.
And then the other ones, obviously Houston, we talked about a little bit. Iowa State, they're really good, but I like Hilton Magic. That Texas Tech game was shocking. I thought they were going to win that game. That they got blown out pretty much wire to wire. And they have a really good big 3, but they don't have a ton after that. And then the only other team I'd throw in there is Michigan State, just because it feels like an Izzo year. It could be an Izzo year. And they have they got the point guard everyone hates. They got the athletic freak in Carr. They got the annoying ass white guy with the 90s bullpen hair in Kohler. Whose great grandfather's still alive.
Yeah.
That was nuts. His great grandfather, thank you for your service, Mr. Kohler. He was in the Pearl Harbor attacks. They had 4 generations of Kohler last night.
Incredible.
So, yeah, it was nuts. I was like, how's this
rebound
possible?
the fuck out of the ball.
Yeah, like so that's in they're
Yeah.
I mean, Izzo does this, he always builds a team in his mold, but they feel especially Izzo this year.
So you have Florida at 19-1. I know how your brain works with the gambling odds and everything.
Yeah.
If you could sub out Florida for another team, and you just had to you could hold that 19-1 with anyone, who would you want to hold it for right now? Or would you keep Florida?
I would probably Duke probably, but I would never bet Duke. So I would probably keep Florida. I'm a big, and I think Todd Golden is I talked about the coaching advantages. I think Todd Golden is right up there with Hurley in the fact that he, especially when you look at last year, like he gets these guys playing great basketball down the stretch, and they have been throttling teams.
Dude,
I know the SEC
they're not
is
just
bad.
beating teams; they're killing.
That Arkansas game was like holy fuck, and even the road game against Texas like a week and a half ago, where it was kind of a tight game. I think it was maybe even tied, and then they just hit the button, and they're like, "Yeah, we're done with this," and they won by 15. So they have that gear.
Am I correct in thinking that Florida UConn will probably be 4-5 either way, right? One of them's going to
Yes,
get one
that's my nerve.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
nervous
Well,
about that.
UConn beat them, so UConn's gonna have.
seed.
Yeah, but they're going to be the last one in the first 2, so they
Oh,
could
you
be in the
mean
same region.
they're gonna be in the same
yeah.
region? So
Yeah,
I thought you're saying the battle for the last 1 seed.
yeah.
Well, either way,
They will be in a battle for last 1 seed, but it will.
But it'll
be,
go to UConn, I think.
and that would be a regional final,
Yeah.
an Elite 8 game, Golden versus Hurley.
Yeah, which I don't know if that's good or bad that I would automatically have someone in the Final Four. I'd probably rather them be in different regions.
I think Florida would beat the shit out of them. UConn.
Now hang on a second. Can that work?
What do you mean?
Because if Michigan State and Illinois are 2s, I haven't actually sat down and done this. If Michigan State and Illinois are 2s, they can't be in Michigan's region because
They
Big Ten.
they can. They can't play. I think they try to avoid.
No, they avoid that.
No, they avoid it until the Elite 8 or until the.
I'm pretty sure they avoid the top 4 seeds if they can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's
because I know they try not.
They don't do straight snake.
They try not to do conferences in the first
few rounds, but they also do. They don't want Michigan State in the Elite 8.
That would be interesting.
So Michigan State and Illinois can't be in Michigan's. Houston can't be in Arizona's. So I don't know. Someone smarter than me sit down and figure out
Chat,
Is,
figure that out.
is there a world where
That's a
like
big
Florida and UConn actually don't play each other, even though
Yeah.
the snake part of it says?
Well, that would screw someone else over.
Yeah, it
if
would.
Florida's your 2 seed.
No, it happens. It
I'd be
happens
pissed,
fairly
right.
often like that way, where someone gets here. Dan, can I make you laugh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer my own question I threw at you of a team that's not like a top 1, 2, 3 seed, whatever
Okay.
that I believe in. Tennessee is my answer.
Yeah. Listen, Tennessee.
Isn't that funny?
No, Tennessee.
Right, dude.
I think Tennessee's my answer.
I've almost hit the button on Tennessee a few times where I'm like, they're great odds. I don't know. It goes back
I don't
to
think
like
they can
if,
win a national.
if I'm sitting here saying that I'm worried about Florida because the SEC is soft, what do I think about
Right.
Tennessee, who hasn't been dominating the SEC
Right.
in a soft SEC?
Yeah.
Let's go into some of the bigger topics of the entire season.
Yeah.
Miami, Ohio is dominating the news right now. They're going for the 31-0 season tonight on the road at Ohio.
Yeah.
Only 5-point favorites.
Yeah.
That would
I think they're like 7-5 against the spread in the last 12 games, so they haven't been.
Where do you stand on the whole thing? Are you hey, who cares if they go undefeated, they're in? Do they have to win the MAC tournament?
I think I'm firmly in the. Obviously, if they win the MAC tournament, they're in.
Mm-hmm.
But if they go undefeated in the conference schedule, I think they're in no matter what. If they lose tonight and then lose in the MAC tournament, I'm fine with leaving them out.
Same.
That to
Yeah.
me is like, you know what, great season, but yes, at some point your schedule, like having played no one, and again, not their fault. I saw the FOIA article come out. They tried to schedule all these teams.
Are we
Ohio
buying this?
State was too
Yes.
scared to play
Well,
them.
Ohio State was too scared to play them.
Well, Wisconsin was on there too.
Well, but
Let's be
Wisconsin
clear.
also plays like the entire MAC, so we can't play everyone.
Yeah.
We played Buffalo. I mean, we played Northern Illinois. I think we played a lot of MAC teams, so we can't play them all.
Yeah, who do you want us to bump IU Indy to play?
Yeah.
You know, like
A very
good-
we're signing up to play some top teams as well. Ohio.
My thing
But
with-
incredible, like to go your entire conference and not lose would be insane, no matter what conference you're playing in. But yes, if they lose tonight and then lose in the MAC tournament, also the MAC tournament kind of fucks them because they just do a straight 8 teams.
Yeah.
we're all over that.
Where like every other tournament, like there's a triple bye in the Big Ten.
Right.
Gonzaga doesn't have to play to the semifinals in their
Right.
tournament. So the MAC kind of fucks them having to be like, hey, you got to win 3 games against the top 8 teams. But yeah, I think that I hope they win tonight so that we can just put it to bed and they're in the tournament.
The FOIA thing, by the way, only addressed half the issue with Miami, which is the schedule. That's fine. They tried to schedule and they did. They're winning these games by like 1 possession.
Yeah.
That's the bigger issue
Correct.
for me. Is
Yeah.
like if you actually are the team that you say you are. Like can we see a 30-point blowout
But,
tonight?
Mark,
Can we see you just fucking wipe the floor with a?
they're winning.
I guess you're right,
What?
Dana. Why
They're
didn't think
winning.
about that?
I think the quad system sucks too. I hate the quad
It's
system.
how is top 75 on the road? Like we're talking Northwestern can
Yeah.
be quad 1 for Ohio State, but Wisconsin's not.
Well, I also
Yeah.
hate the fact that if you beat a team, like I think it happened where like we beat Iowa, if we had beaten them by like a few less points, it would have been better for us.
Yeah.
It's like that's so stupid because
Beating-
they went down in
Right.
the net rankings because we beat them so bad.
You're right, Tate. Beating Wisconsin at home is a way tougher
because
task
they're
than beating
32
Northwestern on the road.
Yeah.
But
But
Northwestern
Northwestern
on the road is quite
Like 73.
whatever.
Yeah, I mean when Wisconsin lost to Oregon, which pissed me off, I was like, "Oh fuck!" And I was like, "Oh, this is quad 2. It's no big deal." Because it's like you play a power conference team on the road, and it can't be worse than quad 2.
I want to clarify what you said about Miami though. So they're 53rd in the net, 88th in Ken Palm. Their non-conference strength of schedule is 360.
Terrible.
Terrible.
They played no one. Again, not their fault, but you have to admit that
They played. Now, again, I'm going to push back on this a little bit because they did play 3 non-Division I teams. They
Yeah.
played. They signed up to play
Yeah.
3 non. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You could. We're not asking you to play Duke and all this, but like
The scheduling sucks.
Like don't throw your hands up and be like there was nothing we could do when you played 3 non-Division I teams.
Yeah.
And those emails they're sending, I get that teams get bye games, but also in all those emails, they also wanted to get paid to play someone. So,
Right.
I don't know. But Big Head, do you think you said if they go undefeated, they're in?
Yeah.
What if they go undefeated and then lose to Massachusetts in the first round of the?
I think they're still
they're
in. I think
So
going
tonight's the game.
undefeated. Yeah, I think going undefeated in the conference and the full season deserves. I mean, it's just so hard to win a week in and week out. We see it like, what Gonzaga lost to Portland, I think.
Yeah.
Like there's all these games.
But I don't think Gonzaga.
No, I don't think so either. But what I'm saying is like
I would leave Gonzaga out of this tournament.
But like Florida lost to Auburn, you know what I mean? Like there's all these games that are just there where you're like, holy shit, like to win week in and week out on the road at home, like it's just hard. It's just hard to get up for every single game. So I give them tons of respect if they can finish the job tonight.
On the overall picture of it, though, where do you stand on, like, Akron's a very good team this year.
Akron is good. I might bet them to win the MAC.
The question is, though, are you in favor of getting these more Big Ten, more SEC,
No.
9th ACC, or would you rather see the MAC have?
I would rather see the mid majors get more representation than like the debate was like a 15 and 14 Auburn team.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, but it's also I don't know. They got to figure out something. Like I said, the quad win stuff. The scheduling sucks because every single major team, every big team doesn't want to schedule a game that they could potentially lose and be like a quad 3 loss. So everyone, like all the teams with power are basically being like, we don't want to take a risk. We're going to just schedule the really bad teams. And if we lose to one of the top teams, that's no big deal. So it kind of the middle of college basketball is kind of stuck, where they get screwed in the fact that they can't schedule these big dogs because everyone's nervous that if you beat a big dog, the big dog's never going to do it again.
Yeah.
So
let's shift to Darren Peterson. This is Dana Beers has been on the forefront of this the entire.
You don't like him?
I have softened up on him because he's played 4 straight games of 30 minutes or more. However,
all it took was him saying that he's lonely.
Yes, that made me feel bad for him.
However, just kids, dude.
If I'm an NBA exec, I want nothing to do with him. I want DeBonsa or Boozer. That's my stance right now. However, I do feel bad since he called himself a loner. But he's playing minutes.
That is
playing minutes.
He's playing minutes, and Kansas makes no sense. I think we all agree on that.
Yeah.
I can't make sense of this team. I don't know if they're better when he plays. I don't know. But, yeah, what's the question?
Well, I guess my question is for Big Cat. What's your read on the situation? Is it his agent? Is he truly hurt?
I've heard some rumors, I can't say.
I have too.
That Kansas Kansas kind of screwed it up maybe before the season. So, I don't know. I think there's I just want him to play. I like watching.
We're withholding rumors.
I assume we were
boys?
fed the same information.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you can't just be throwing accusations.
No, you can't.
It's rumors.
You can't throw accusations.
It's rumors. It's
Let's just say this. I think everyone can kind of connect the dots that Bill Self is probably holding back some of his criticism of Darren Peterson, and Darren Peterson probably is not as wrong as everyone thinks.
We've talked about this ad nauseum, and I've shared but I just wanted to put like my little personal bow on Darren Peterson, and I say that as though we're not going to talk about it again. But I had an epiphany like a couple weeks ago. It just popped in my brain where I was like, this is the greatest freshman class of all time. I think people are that's not hyperbole. People are just freely saying that, and they're like, yes, it is. This is insane how good this freshman class is. Darren Peterson is probably the most individually talented, polished guy in this freshman class. He's, boozers, whatever. We're splitting hairs. You can make the argument he is the best player in this freshman class. That's the best class of all time. Darren Peterson is physically gifted. He does not have freakish physical gifts. He is not a 7-foot tall guy. He is not like he's not big. He doesn't have a 50-inch vertical. He is, of course, obviously great athleticism, but he is not a guy that is like good because of his physical profile. He's good because of how skilled he is. And all that is to say, you don't become the number one player in the best class of all time and hate basketball. That's impossible.
Right.
That's literally impossible that he could get to this point in his life where he shows up as a guy who's just like a 6'5" guard and has all the skills he has. And throughout the first 18 years of his life, he's like, I fucking hate basketball and I don't want to be here.
Right.
So that narrative is just wrong. It has to be wrong.
Yep.
I agree.
I agree.
Sounds like you're
right
on the Peter. No, that's what I've been saying. Is,
I mean, like he might not pan out to the degree we thought he would, and there might be some sort of like mental blocks here and there. But the idea that like this guy doesn't want to be here, he hates the game of basketball. There's no way that can be true because you can't get that good if you hate basketball.
and he's clearly forced to be here. Like if he was allowed to be in the NBA, he would have been in the NBA getting paid millions.
The only guys that could be that good that hate basketball are like 7'3" and built, fucking chiseled out of stone, and someone in their life was like, we're going to make you do this.
Yeah.
And he's not that. So like,
if you're as skilled as you are, you've put in the time to love the game.
And and that is the last thing I'll say about Darren Peterson.
Okay.
Let's talk about the other freshmen though. Big Cat, we've got Peterson, DeBonsa, Boozer, Acuff, Caleb Wilson, Keaton Wagler. Is there anyone you specifically really enjoy, really dislike?
I got one that's not on the list because the team's not good, but Steinbach on Washington is awesome. Mm-hmm. That's a dude. I like that dude a lot.
You've been staying up late watching some West.
Yeah, I mean, he's awesome. I fucking think he's awesome. So I don't know what his
German, right?
Didn't he drop like 22 and 24?
Yeah, he's
so
good. He's like double every single day. I think he was hurt for a little bit, but he's awesome. So he's my top of freshmen that aren't getting talked about because there are such. What does that say? He's having one of the best freshman seasons college basketball has ever seen. 18 and 12 on 58%. Yeah, he's awesome. Like when Wisconsin beat Washington handily last week because Carrington went nuclear. But the whole time I was like, this Steinbach guy, he blocks everything. Mm-hmm. Like he's a dude.
Yep. I feel like we still don't talk enough about Acuff.
I know.
Calipari's starting to get that narrative out there.
Sean Miller's, carrying water.
For what did he say?
Too.
Best
guard he's ever seen. Yeah. In my time of 34 years.
Cody.
Great job.
Good job,
Great
Cody.
job.
He's a generational player. This #1 pick thing. I don't know why people aren't talking about him more. I can't imagine anybody better. Yeah. Acuff's he's unreal.
Well, you said earlier you called him. You said we don't have a 6-game flamethrower.
He is
on the UConn team.
Yeah.
How many 6-game flamethrowers do you see in college basketball? Darius Acuff's one.
He's one.
Like when we look back at the end of this tournament, last year the story was Walter Clayton.
Yeah.
Who can be the story that we look back in a couple weeks about?
I mean, dude.
Keaton Wagler.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that we forget because I don't think they're very good, but he's been hurt is Caleb Simpson, right?
Wilson, sorry.
Caleb Wilson.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's been hurt. I think he's supposed to be back tomorrow. I think he's back for the Duke game tomorrow.
I mean, he's very, very good, and he's obviously, because he got hurt, like isn't being put in these freshman lists.
What seed line are they on right now? They're going to be a pain in the ass for somebody. 5 seed, it says.
By the way, did you see DeBonsa say that he might not leave college?
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg did that
last year.
I might not have ice cream today.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. Sounds good.
LeBaron Philon?
But
put him on that list?
Cooper Flagg said the same thing last year, too.
Yeah, that's what Titus just said. Titus just said
just said that?
Cooper Flagg actually said that.
My bad.
And the other thing,
Titus just said that Cooper Flagg.
The other thing about
DeBonsa, he just said that.
The other thing about DeBonsa is Cooper Flagg actually just said that.
Oh, he did?
Actually just said that last year.
Oh
Carol
man,
probably said it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a 2-week stretch where I knew he wasn't coming back, but I was like entertaining the idea of Cooper Flagg coming back. Where like
you were,
no, I didn't think he was coming back, but I was like, I was just, why not? It's fun to believe.
It's fun now.
To just be like,
this is what NIL makes. So it's like NIL makes it so there will be at some point in the next few years where a guy can make more than getting drafted by a really shitty organization.
Right.
And he's like, you know what? This is actually fun. You pay me $12 million. I don't want to go play for the Wizards.
Also, the way Duke lost last year in the tournament, choking to Houston, that's the way you have to lose to get a guy
like to run it back. Yeah.
Get a guy that's just like sick to his core that he's just like, fuck that.
Yeah,
I have to do one more year.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen.
Kingston Fleming's in that flamethrower category.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah,
I love him.
Good. There you go, Rick.
Yeah.
Look at the boys behind the desk over there.
Yeah.
This is the best show out of you two I've ever seen.
You guys are stepping it up.
Cody's doing very well today.
Great job.
He better be.
Give him his flowers.
Watching everything he does. I'm going to watch the tape after. I'm going to watch it all.
Should we get Cody to pull up some clips?
I got a couple things
got clips
that we can test Cody on.
Yeah.
Can we
Wait, I have one last thing, Titus. I think you had this ran on mostly sports, maybe not mostly hoops, same thing, but still, the loss of the senior night sucks.
Yeah.
Isaac Gard was such an awesome.
That was one of the clips I told Cody to get ready. That's so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't know how he got on the team, but Isaac Gard, he could shoot.
Yeah. How did he get on the team? I don't know this guy's recruiting profile, but
that's got to be like, I think about it, and every now and then they'll get mad about nepotism. Dude, if I was a college coach, I don't care how bad or good my kid was, he'd be on the team.
Yeah.
That would be the
Of course.
coolest thing
Obvious.
ever.
Of course.
Ever.
Yeah.
Every single person would do the
Every
same
person on the
exact
planet
thing.
would. Yeah. Play the clip, Cody. Isaac Gard gets in on his senior night.
Dude, like, we need to talk about the
Right
fact
by his dad. He's standing right next to him.
that's a really hard shot to make, too.
Yeah, and
that's a flat-footed, 37-footer.
Do you think Greg said anything to him right there? He's like, shoot
Yeah,
it.
shoot it.
Well, I wish he would have turned around and done the Darren Peterson. Like, hey, I'm done, coach.
Yeah, I'm
Get my
out.
ass out.
What if Greg Gard takes his son out because it was a bad shot?
Yeah.
He's like,
Shoot
you call
his
it.
ass
Yeah, he
out.
immediately
Good
calls
result,
time
bad
out.
shot.
He's like,
Yeah.
get your ass out. We don't take shots like that at Wisconsin.
But that was cool. I mean, Wisconsin does. It's crazy how many threes we take now.
I know.
It's
We haven't
fucking
talked
nuts.
about them. Where do you stand on your Bulls?
Nolan Winter, that injury is such a fucking bummer because I do think that they were. I mean, they've proven it. They can play with anyone. They beat Michigan at Michigan. They beat Illinois at Illinois. They kicked the shit out of Michigan State. But it was basically like going into the tournament. I was like, Boyd and Winter they're nails, and it's like, can the other guys? And Blackwell, who's been kind of up and down, was in that category. But Blackwell, Rapp, and Carrington, like if they can get hot, like they could do anything.
Yeah.
Janicki getting hurt would definitely hurt the team because he was one of those glue guys who plays good defense. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with Nolan Winter. I do think he'll be back, but I think it will be kind of similar to.
They said he was day to day, I think.
Yeah, but it's giving me the Johnny Davis flashbacks where Johnny Davis came back and then he got hurt in the Nebraska game, last game of the season, came back, played in the tournament. We lost to Iowa State because we couldn't hit a fucking shot. Like, it's giving me that because Nolan Winter's so important. I mean, especially when you like the Michigan game, like you have to have to beat Michigan, you have to have a big who can go outside,
Right.
Like and stretch them out. And that stupid face Mara kid,
Stupid.
make him go out.
Cody, we got one ad?
Yep.
Okay. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Upgrade your superfan status with special edition school designs so you can pay for your game day wings and rep your team at the same time. You can add your Venmo debit card to your mobile wallet as soon as you sign up and pay online and in-store right from your phone. And the best part, the card is tied right to your Venmo account. Got paid back for dinner? Immediately access the money in your Venmo balance and spend it on what you want. Game day snacks, tickets, new merch. You can easily split purchases in the app, and there's no monthly fee or minimum balance. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card and get up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash. Sign up at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo Mastercard is issued by the Bancorp NA. Select schools available. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month. You mentioned senior night day, and I think so many people are cynical, obviously, about the state of college sports, and college sports are just professionals now, and this is just like NBA light,
Right.
and yada yada yada. And I think these moments are very important to remind everybody that, like, yes, these are the guys we talk about the most, are the guys that are going to play in the league and the guys that are going to win national championships and all that. But ultimately, the reason we keep, at least I do, the reason I think like college basketball. We're not stupid. We know that the players aren't as talented as the NBA, but like there's got to be something about college that makes you come back over and over again, and it's shit like that. It's the senior nights. It's the guys. And speaking of which, big one for us, Tate.
I was going to say,
Bruce Thornton.
You guys are literally in a win and get in.
Bruce Thornton tomorrow against White Boy Rick's Hoosiers, which he doesn't even give a fuck about.
I
'cause he's
offered
still-
not.
He's got a national championship hangover.
Rick, would you take back the Wisconsin win, knowing that it basically was a curse on you, like the next 3 weeks? Because you guys
I would
stole
like
that.
to be hot now as opposed to hot during the win.
Tomorrow,
I did say in the Mostly Hoops chat, win and get in. Who says no? Tate said no.
I absolutely say no. We're
Ohio State's got a leg
Ohio
up.
State's-
we have a leg up. We
Ohio
don't,
State
that's
is
not a
smoked.
fair.
That's fine, Tate.
Ohio State's minus 600 to make the tournament. Indiana,
But it does
we're not-
sound
we're
like
not
you're
40.
scared to play the win.
We're not.
Correct.
Tate, we're not losing this.
Are you
Bruce
guys
Thornton's-
scared to play the win and get in?
No. I'll do that.
And tell
I'll do
them
that.
why.
We're
All
gonna
right,
be-
win and get in.
Bruce Thornton Senior Day. Bruce Thornton needs 12 points to set the all-time Ohio State scoring record. He actually needs 3, Tate, because I donated my 9.
You're getting
Oh,
nice.
nice.
I gave
Respect,
all
respect.
9 because I thought going into this game, I don't want him focusing on breaking the record. I want him focusing on winning the game. And I thought if if I donate my 9 and he only needs 3, he's not going to.
I'll match with my 0.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Well, I think I might be going tomorrow, by the way. I think we need to start. Ohio State fans, if you're going tomorrow, celebrate after 3 points.
If once he scores 3, I am fine with the record books saying that I scored 0 points in my career. I will give my 9 to Bruce if he needs them.
I had
that
4 in practice as a manager.
Okay, so
I can give those.
So he's done it.
So he's done.
He's done it.
He's done it.
Pre-game ceremony.
And it's a win and get in. If we win this game, we're in the
That's all
NCAA
I'm
tournament.
asking.
You're not. No, I'm saying you're losing because of all those factors.
Okay.
I'm saying we cannot lose this game. Ohio State will not lose this game.
No chance.
I
Not on
would say
Bruce
it's more
Thornton
can't
Sr.
lose for us though than it is can't lose for you.
But
So we're fighting for our fucking lives.
Again, it is. We're in. I think
this
we're in.
isn't a
Mark
can't lose
Torvik
for
told
us.
me
This
we're
is
in.
a won't lose for us. We won't lose.
Is there anything at stake in terms of the double bye?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ohio
oh, yeah.
State after Iowa lost last night, Ohio State's officially in play for the double.
Oh,
we're in play for the
They're
double
like
bye.
a game behind.
that's big.
Speaking of Iowa, you put on the sheet, Cody, an Iowa high school girls basketball game had an ending you need to see to believe. I would like to see it.
We better. This
Good
better
transition,
be.
Mark.
It is.
This better be.
You guys haven't seen it?
And it better be as good as
It's remarkable.
Here we go.
We're down 4.
A lot of times that could set up a 2-point basket.
State
pretty quickly.
semifinal.
If you need one, you got to get it in though. They do go for the quick 2.
Oh,
the
good
baseline
play.
inbounds. The clock does
That-
not.
that's-
Hey,
that-
So
that
far,
can't be
so
done.
far, nothing I've seen.
Just wait, Big
Turn
Cat.
over. Smid for 2 more. She scores.
Okay.
Oh, my
4
God.
straight for Smid. We're tied. 42.
Oh, no.
What the?
Yup. And 1. And 1.
All right.
Oh my mercy.
Incredible, remarkable.
They were down 4 with how much time was
looked
left?
like
Like
kind of
40-ish seconds left here.
Good God.
I got to give Bosco credit. Bosco pointed out that coach of the losing team had 2 timeouts left.
Oh my God.
Also, you can just hand the ball off. Like you could, your teammate could come and like take the ball. You could go like that, and the defender can't go over the line. That's crazy.
Tate,
Insanity.
you're
I don't
a
know if high
school girls
school's
basketball
same
coach.
rule.
Yeah.
You're calling a timeout after the sequence. What do you even say to a team after?
Everyone calm the fuck down. We're gonna get the ball in. We've played this. First of all, my team lost last night on the buzzer. They were up 2, lost on a 3-point
Wouldn't it
at the
happen
buzzer.
if you
Oh
were there?
no,
I know. Shout out
Feel
to
guilt?
Aces.
it's better than last year when you lost by like 50.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he did.
And Bosco scored 26 points.
Why? I assume the rules are the same. Why aren't you running the baseline there?
Yeah.
Again, that's a great
point.
point.
Like, what
you
the
call
fuck are
timeout,
you
you
doing?
say fucking move and don't throw it to the
She's
team.
just stuck in like concrete, just standing there, making it easy for him.
I want to talk about this. I need Dana's perspective
Talk
on
to
this.
me.
Police say a coach on the Cal State Bakersfield men's
Oh,
basketball
yeah.
program was
Yeah, I saw
moonlighting as a
this.
pimp across 4 states.
Love that.
How do you think one goes about doing this? How does a guy have enough time to be a coach and a pimp at the same time? And also, how do you get into pimping?
I think
It ain't easy.
pimping's more of like a after the game type of thing, so it's after hours.
Okay.
You know, he's not pimping at 7 p.m.
But when does he sleep? When does he?
I disagree. I think you never stop
you
pimping.
never stop.
You don't you just
right?
pimp and don't sleep.
You got to pimp all the time.
But
Remember
Yeah, I
when
guess.
you learned the
And you
word-
can send a text in the Sharon Moore.
Remember when
That's true.
Text in
I
the
need
at
subs,
halftime.
yeah.
Yeah.
remember when you were in like 6th grade and you learned the word pimp?
oh, dude,
How cool that was, and you
Yeah.
just, like,
PIMP.
walk around and just like talk about how you're such a fucking
Yeah.
And you call your boy, dude, you're fucking pimping that home run in Little League baseball. And Pimp was like,
You're an absolute pimp, bro.
Pimp was
Dude, you're a fucking pimp.
Pimp was the number 1 word in my junior high.
This seems. I don't want to say I'm okay with it, but if it's off the clock, you know,
Yeah. What you do with your free time?
right? He's not.
Can't police
As
it.
long as he gets his
Is,
day job done.
is their
Yeah.
record any good? If their record's okay, who cares? He can pimp all he wants.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
By the way, can I know we're wrapping up in a minute. Can I leave you guys with a system that only for Mostly Hoops?
Yeah.
Don't share it everywhere. This is a conference tournament system that I've been doing every year, and so far it's 2-1. Last night I think was Portland. So the system, it really only happens in like the first like 5 days of conference tournament week. It doesn't really happen towards the end of it. But the system is simple. It's if a team has lost twice in conference play to the team they're now playing in the tournament, so they have to lose twice, and then they're favored in the third matchup, you take the team that's favored. So tonight, Omaha is lost twice to South Dakota State, and they're 2.5-point favorite tonight. take
They're
Omaha.
going to be. They're going to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
You shared that off the record last year.
That's
and it was
interesting.
a winner.
Yeah.
I've got another.
So you just got to take it every time.
Yeah.
I know it hurts to take because you're like, oh, shit, they lost twice this team. No, you just got to take it.
Missouri Valley unders are clipping at a
Yeah.
pretty
Although
insane rate.
the block is hot.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about
Okay.
it. But I think it went 2-1 last night.
I think you.
Okay, I need to.
No, I think
Can
Northern Iowa went over.
I need to hop in here. I didn't know that there was underage people involved.
Oh, no.
Now he's out. Now he's out. Now he's out.
I'm out.
Damn it,
Pippen is
Tina.
not okay.
Oh
Damn
no.
it,
Damn.
I don't want anyone.
Oh no.
I didn't know the full story. I should have read it up.
Oh
clip
no.
that.
There was underage people involved.
cut that
Pimpin
part.
is not okay.
Okay.
Cody,
I take it
Gotta
fully
cut that,
back.
Cody.
Cody, get us our fins up real quick.
How
before we
Dana's now thinking like what kind of blob
We all do
set?
the fins up with it.
Yeah, what kind of blob set could Jeff Epstein draw up? Fins.
All right, explain the fins up for people
go.
that
Big
aren't
Cat's
aware.
all over it.
Yeah.
So I know. So I used to live a mile from this gym. So it's Long Island University in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like it's basically in downtown Brooklyn, which is very funny because it's like they're wearing aqua and the sharks
Yeah.
and they're in like the shit like not it's not shitty, but it's like it's downtown Brooklyn. It's right by where the Nets play. So I lived a mile from there. I used to take my son there to games because you just walk in for free. And it's so loose in there. Like there was a game where my son was basically sitting on the coach's lap with like 5 minutes left in the game. So these guys are electric though. They're
So
The guy that
intimidating.
starts, it's the most
Yeah.
electric person in
All
the
right,
clip.
here we and this is a free throw.
This is a free throw
The
for
context of the free
LIU. They do it
Oh,
for
for LIU.
LIU.
Like-
Yes.
He's got a little zest.
Yeah, he does.
This is their spirit
fast.
fingers. Okay, here we go.
Fins up.
Goddamn right
It's
they
like-
do it.
It's awesome.
That's ball.
And they have a home court advantage.
Yeah.
Titus. They're like 11-1 at home.
Yeah. I'm so mad that I wasn't there for the Fins Up era because I did go to like multiple games in this gym.
Big Cat, you want to
Fins
lead
up.
us in a fins up?
Fins Up. Love it.
All right, folks. Thank you to Big Cat for joining us.
Yes, love talking ball. I'll come back.
Open door.
tournament. Yes,
Open
would
door.
love
Let's
to.
Last regular season slate this weekend, UNC Duke tomorrow.
That's right. Are we doing normal shows next week? You want to do Monday, Wednesday,
Monday,
Friday?
Wednesday, Friday, and then we are going live every night of the tournament.
That's
starting
exactly
Friday.
right. Yeah.
Oh, after the tournament. Yeah.
After the tournament. Yeah. So next week is our last week with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday cadence, and then we'll.
And then I think we're going for stream schedules. I don't know if we're going to do Wednesday, but we are 100% going to do all Thursday, all Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from the Gambling Cave.
And we will obviously be
I
there
got,
for that.
I got one
Yeah.
gripe, Big Cat. I need you to use your power. I love that the Big Ten tournament's in Chicago. Does that mean we can't bet on it because it's in Illinois?
No, I think we can.
The whole,
No,
So
it's only
just Illinois teams?
colleges.
Yeah,
Only
okay,
Illinois
because
college.
the
Illinois.
conference
Yeah,
champ Big Ten isn't up on DraftKings yet. I was wondering if
I think that's just because the seating isn't
seating
set.
hasn't. Okay,
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
enough. All right.
Yeah, I mean, no, if we can't, I'll be very, very upset. But I think it's just Illinois colleges.
Okay.
Also, have we shared on here that you guys we're going to the Final Four?
Say it.
Have we said that?
Say it. No, we haven't said it.
We haven't. Did you know that?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, we're going to the Final Four.
Fuck yeah.
Mostly Hoops is going to the
The
Final Four.
live stream we did for Michigan.
Oh yeah. Mostly Hoops is going to the Final
Go,
Four.
boys.
so-
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys Monday.
Fins up.